Learning piano chords doesn't have to take years. Most people do it the slow way. I'm gonna show you 3 stupid easy tricks I use to learn every single chord on the piano fast. If you think you're too old, not musical, or it's gonna take forever, watch this. I specialize in teaching adult students, and the very first thing I change is where we start. Most traditional methods throw you into kids' songs like hot cross buns, stuff that feels boring and doesn't sound like real music. And that's why so many adults quit. Instead, I start my students with chords, because chords are the foundation of the music you actually love. They let you play real songs quickly without slogging through years of nursery rhymes. Take Dale, for example. He came into my Piano Accelerator program, and we went straight into chords. Within a few months, he was playing Saturday in the Park by Chicago, a real song, something he actually enjoys. It's not just about knowing what chords are, it's about training your hands and brain to grab them instantly without hesitation. That's where most people get stuck. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 stupid easy exercises that will skyrocket your progress with chords. If you do these, you'll not only learn every chord faster, you'll actually start playing the songs you love way sooner than you thought possible. I also have a special resource for you. It's gonna help you build a routine, master the 4 most important chords that unlock thousands of songs, and show you how to take chords and actually play real songs fast. It's the perfect next step after this video. So comment practice planner below and I'll send it to you. All right, the first exercise is what I call the chord ladder, and it's one of the fastest ways to make chords your second language. Step 1 is to build a chart. On the left side, you'll write out all your chords. Across the top of your chart, write metronome markings. That way, every time you practice, you can track your progress and literally see yourself getting faster and improving. Now, here's how the exercise works. Take your first chord, let's say C major. You're going to play it low on the keyboard, hold it for 4 counts, and then move up an octave and play it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you keep going all the way to the top. Once you're getting comfortable with that, I would turn on the metronome. And then you'll do that with another chord, for example, G major, same exercise, going up to the top. The key here is you're not just drilling random chords, you're practicing them in time, with rhythm, and training your hands to flow from one chord to the next without stopping. That's the part most beginners miss. They can play a C chord fine, but when it's time to switch chords, they pause, hesitate, and it kills the flow of the song. But music doesn't wait for you. If you want to play songs smoothly, you can't be stopping between every change. You need chords to be automatic, like a second language that your hands just speak. This exercise forces that. You're learning the chord, yes, but you're also wiring in the transition, and the chart makes it measurable. You can actually see yourself moving from 60 beats per minute to 80, to 100, to 120. That's progress you can feel and track. If you stick with this, within a few weeks, you'll notice you're not just learning chords, you're stringing them together in rhythm, which is the exact skill you need to play real songs without the awkward pauses. The second exercise is called the circle of fifths walk. Now here's the big thing to know. Music is not random. It actually moves in patterns, and the single most important pattern you can learn is called the circle of fifths. It's basically a map of how chords naturally connect to each other, and this exact pattern shows up in thousands of songs. Now if you're thinking, I have no idea what you're talking about, don't worry. I've got a full deep dive on the circle of fifths that breaks it all down for you step by step. You can watch that one right after this. For now, here's all you need to do. Here's the circle of fifths on screen. These are the chords. We're going to walk around it both clockwise and counterclockwise. Start with major chords first. We're going to go from C to G, then D, and then A, and we're going to keep going around the wheel like this. So here's a full demonstration. And back to C. And then another way you can do it is backwards around the circle of fifths. So in that case, you would start with C, then you go to F, B flat, E flat, and so on. Ultimately, the goal is to be able to play through it with the metronome, and of course you can get faster and faster over time to improve your skills. Once that feels good, you can do the exact same exercise with minor chords, diminished chords, and so on. Simply change each chord to be its new type. So for example, the first chord would be C diminished, then G diminished, and so on. That's it. You don't have to overthink this one, just walk the circle forwards and backwards in rhythm. Hold each chord for 4 beats, keep track of your speed on a chart, and over time you'll start to feel how chords connect to each other instead of feeling random. That's what makes it so powerful. With this exercise, you'll deeply understand the relationships between chords, memorize them, and get faster at moving between them. It's a real winner of an exercise. But of course, we want to play songs, so this is why I recommend downloading my free piano practice planner. It will show you exactly what to do to get started playing songs with chords within just 1 week. Comment practice planner below and I'll send it over. All right, now let's get to the third exercise. So many people tell me they just want to be able to sit down and play. No pausing, no stopping, no fumbling around for notes. Just sit down, put their hands on the keys, and make music. This exercise builds the exact skill that makes that possible, and it's what most people never practice. I call it the random metronome game, and here's how it works. Write down random chords on a piece of paper like this. Majors, minors, whatever you're working on. It's good to write a ton of them so you have a lot to practice with. Then grab a metronome and set it to 60 beats per minute. Now what you're gonna do is practice with your best accuracy to play the chord every 4 beats on your sheet. If you mess up, you must continue on. I know it's hard if you like to be perfect all the time, but you must move on. So here's an example of what that could look like. You're gonna keep going. Oops, where's E minor? But I'm gonna keep going. So in my example, I intentionally messed up a few times just to show you what it should look like. So after you practice a line or two, circle the ones that you missed. That means you need to practice that chord and memorize it better. It's going to feel clunky. You'll hesitate, you'll miss some, totally normal. But the more you practice, the faster your brain connects. Instead of thinking, where's A minor, your hands just go there. And here's the kicker, once you're hitting about 80% of the chords on time, crank the metronome up. Go to 70, 80, even 100. Push yourself until you can grab any chord instantly in rhythm without hesitation. This is the exact skill that separates people who wish they could play from people who actually can sit down and make music quickly. And once you've got it, everything else feels easier. But you have to practice this skill. Just looking at a chord and being able to play it very quickly. Now, before we wrap this up, let me just say something really important. So many adults come to me saying, I've always wanted to play piano, but I think I missed my chance. They feel like they're too old, or they're not naturally talented, or it's just going to take forever. But here's the truth, it's not too late. You didn't miss your chance. The reason it hadn't worked in the past isn't you, it's the method. Most people were handed a children's method, full of nursery rhymes and sheet music drills, and then just told to stick with it. But of course you didn't stick with it. It wasn't made for you. That doesn't mean you can't do this. It just means you need a system that actually works for adults. And that's what these 3 exercises are. They're designed to cut out the noise, build real skills you need, and let you enjoy making music instead of fighting with it. I've seen this work for complete beginners in their 30s, 50s, even 80s. It's not about age or talent or whether you played as a kid. It's about having the right approach. And if you're here, you've already found it. So don't forget to download my free piano practice planner that will help you also build the skill of playing a song with chords in just 1 week. Comment practice planner below and I'll send it to you. After that, I recommend watching my deep dive on the circle of fifths. That way, when you're doing the exercise, you'll know exactly why it's so incredibly powerful. So be sure to check it out next. And if this video helped you, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.